Emerald lands, or Rokugan in the tongue of its people, comprise a vast, majestic countryside that stretches 900 miles from the pine valleys and snow capped peaks of the Great Wall of the North Mountains at one end to the austere Carpenter Wall standing vigil along the country's desolate southern border.
Beyond the wall lies the Shadowland, a blighted land tainted by the influence of hell itself, and dangerous for even the most legendary heroes to step foot within. At its widest point, Rokugan measures 600 miles, from the Sea of the Sun Goddess in the east to the burning sands in the west. Within its borders, bountiful plains ripple gold in the sunlight, and primordial forests hide mysterious spirits and dangerous creatures.
Hot springs straddle mountain ranges and hills laden with precious gems and minerals. Countless rivers, lakes, and streams wind their way toward the ocean, where fish, seaweed, and pearls are netted by divers and fishermen. Crimson Torii mark the gateway to sacred spaces, which exist alongside the sprawling cities and huddled hamlets of human civilization.
Each of the seven great clans presides over a different corner of the empire, protecting the natural harmony of the land and the kami that dwell there. Shrines and temples dot the landscape, marking places of spiritual power and contemplation. Fortifications, large and small, protect the roads, bridges, mountain passes, and the domains of great lords.
In the shadows of these castles, towns and villages prosper from the efforts of craftspeople and artisans. Beyond the city limits, peasants toil over rice paddies and fields of grain, or hunt and gather the bounty of the forest. To travel the empire on its few roads, samurai must obtain special papers and pay a tax towards their upkeep.
Merchants' carts and horses are banned from the imperial highways altogether, forcing them to rely on special trade routes to carry goods between cities. Given the size of the empire and the difficulty of journeying, few get to witness the variety of the empire's vistas in one lifetime. Instead, citizens are deeply in tune with the natural cycles of the provinces they call home. The heavens bring four seasons to the empire, which are celebrated by festivals and arts. In the spring, the delicate fragrance of cherry blossoms wafts from misty gardens. Summer heralds rains and oppressive heat, slowly giving way to autumn's brilliant scarlet leaves, shrill cicada cries, and typhoons. Winter buries the lands in deep snow, closing mountain passes and driving the citizenry to the warmth and comfort of the hearth. The Code of Bushido, literally the way of the warrior. Bushido is the code by which all samurai in Rokugan strive to live, yet each clan's interpretation of the tenets of Bushido is slightly different. All samurai are taught to embrace the ideals of Bushido and strive ever towards them, at the expense of personal gain. Not even the gods uphold Bushido without flaw. The strictures are nearly impossible to maintain in their entirety, and the struggle to adhere to them consumes a samurai's existence. The virtues recognized by the code are compassion, courage, courtesy, duty, honor, righteousness, and sincerity.
Compassion. Through intense training, the samurai becomes quick and strong. They're not as other people. They develop a power that must be used for the good of all. They have compassion. They help their fellows at every opportunity. If an opportunity does not arise, they go out of their way to find one. The celestial heavens appointed the lords and samurai of Rokugan to rule over the lower caste. But with power comes responsibility. Compassion represents the noblesse oblige of the samurai caste to the peasantry. Most clans interpret this to mean extending physical protection over peasants, but other clans go even further.
Courage. Rise up above the masses of people who are afraid to act. Samurai must have heroic courage. It is absolutely risky. It is dangerous. Only in acceptance of one's death may a samurai live their life completely, fully, and wonderfully. Courage is not blind. It is intelligent and strong. Replace fear with respect and caution. Every samurai, lives 3 feet from death at all times. A samurai must be prepared to give their life for their lord, their clan, and the empire at a moment's notice. To die in service of one's lord furthers one's karma, and thus samurai eagerly embrace the idea of a noble death in service to their family.
Courtesy. Samurai have no reason to be cruel. They do not need to prove their strength. Samurai is courteous even to their enemies. Without this outward show of respect, we are nothing more than animals. A samurai is not only respected for their strength in battle, but also by their dealings with others. The true inner strength of a samurai becomes apparent during difficult times. Social order isn't just important to Rokugan, it is, in a literal manner, what the heavens rest upon. A samurai is required to maintain appearances and withstand adversity, exhibiting courteousness even when faced with the most vile lack of it.
Duty. For the samurai, having done something or said something, they know they own that thing. They are responsible for it and all the consequences that follow. A samurai is intensely loyal to those in their care. To those they are responsible for, they remain fiercely true. Samurai are expected to do their duty to their lord and their subordinates without hesitation or reservation, no matter the cost to their own reputation. Of course, any duty given by their lord is expected to be within the bounds of Bushido and bring honor to the samurai by obeying it. Should a samurai feel their duty conflicts with the other virtues of Bushido, they may commit seppuku in protest, a rare exception to needing a lord's permission to end one's life. The sentiment is impossible to ignore. The lord has forfeited the samurai's honor, and no one without honor is fit to serve.
Honor. A true samurai has only one judge of their honor, and that is themselves. Decisions you make and how those decisions are carried out are a reflection of who you truly are, for you cannot hide from yourself. Honor is the most subtle, yet the most basic and all-encompassing virtue. Samurai without honor cannot truly follow the other virtues of Bushido, for they act as others expect and not as their own conscience dictates. If their own honor is intact, however, they will follow the ways of Bushido and pursue justice without flaw or failure, even when commanded otherwise by their lord.
Righteousness. Be acutely honest in all your dealings with all people. Believe in justice, not from other people, but from yourself. A true samurai knows in their heart that there are no shades of gray in the question of honesty and justice. There is only right and wrong. Righteousness is the sunlight glinting off the katana, bright and painful to the eye. There is only truth and falsehood, justice and injustice, and it is the samurai's job to live in accordance with justice and ensure that justice is meted out.
Sincerity. When a samurai has said they will perform an action, it is as good as done. Nothing will stop them from completing their deed. They do not have to give their word, nor do they have to promise. The action of speaking alone has set the act of doing in motion. Speaking and doing are the same thing. Samurai must align intent with their word and deed, acting with complete and total conviction, whether they serve themselves or their lord. A convincing manner is more valued in Rokugan than the absolute truth, for the samurai who speaks with sincerity has committed the totality of their being to the sentiment.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. It's Friday night. We're going to do L5R. Thanks for spending some time with us in the wonderful, magical land of Rokugan. My name is Hal. I'll be game mastering for us tonight. Thanks for joining us. I think we're going to have a good time. Thanks to Rem Alternus for giving us this platform to game on and share our fun with you. Why don't we do our intros? We'll get into the game. Let's start with James up in the corner. Tell us about yourself. Yeah, tell us about your character.
So I'm James. I am playing Ikoma Saito.
He is a Akoma Shadow School, which is a subset of the Akoma Bards. They are storytellers. They are allowed to show their emotions for their clanmates, and his goal is to further everything he can for the Lions Clan as much as possible, whether it be good or less than honorable means.
All right, what's the best thing about the Lion Clan?
I mean, just in general, they're just kind of awesome. But they
yeah,
are
what-
the. Go ahead.
I say there's a lot of things, but just give us the one best thing.
They are the Emperor's right hand. Whenever the Emperor goes to war, the Lion Clan is who his army is mostly consistent of.
All right. Pat, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your character, and tell us what's great about your character's clan.
My name is Patrick Bryant, and I am playing Doji Nai. I am a Crane Clan Shugenja, although I am trained in a Scorpion school, so I have a bit of a crazy backstory for that whole setup. What's amazing about the Crane Clan is they are the left hand of the Emperor. We represent everything that is culture and art and refinement.
Okay. Zafira.
All right, I am playing the courtier, Bayushi Akane. I am of the Scorpion clan, and as such, also a Shosuru Shinobi. Yeah, I'm largely just a talky type person, but supposedly I know how to fight. We may
Okay.
see more on that later.
Tell us what's the best thing about the Scorpion clan.
The best thing about the Scorpion clan is that they can and will do the one thing that everyone else thinks about doing or will even try to do and lie about it, whereas we do it on the surface. And that honesty is something that you really can't find outside of the Scorpion clan, which is
Okay.
ironic, but it works.
Yeah. Okay, Chris, you couldn't join us for the last time we were playing due to real world problems, but we're glad you're here now. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about your character, and you have a special character because you're a Ronin. You're not a member of a great clan. So, tell us what's great about being a Ronin, and what's great about your former fallen clan.
Hi there, I'm Chris. I play as Kage, a Ronin from the river region, and previously part of a minor clan, which was known as the Rooster Clan. What's great about being a Ronin is that it's humbling, and my character doesn't pretend to be better than other clans and stuff like that, but like how other clans might do so. But they have a special view on the world, and they live to serve. My character lives to serve himself and to his own means, but he isn't necessarily selfish about it. So we'll see how that plays out today in my character's introduction, which I'm excited to get underway.
Okay. I want to do a shout out. Some of the other games we're doing on Rem Alternus. We got Saturday morning D&D. That campaign 1 has got a few weeks left in it, and we're going to be kicking up with a new campaign and a new cast and a new characters. We got the Shadowrun missions in the Chicago campaign is going to be, I'm sure Sarah will correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think it's going to be Tuesday nights, and I think that's going to be starting up fairly soon. There we go. Looks like I got that right. And we have the Patreon rewards D&D campaign, where that monthly is going to be filming here soon, and we're going to be releasing that at some point. So yeah, we got a lot of fun. A lot of fun things. So I hope you tune in to watch them all. I also want to thank Danny for that music he's done for us. I don't think I remembered to thank him any of the weeks before, so got to remember to get that out of the way. Thank you, Danny. That was awesome music. And why don't we get into the game and not bore people with a whole bunch of rules talk? So kind of covered how the game is really different from D&D and other games. So we got that out of the way. So let's play. Who wants to do a recap of what was going on? Obviously not Chris, because he wasn't here. Nobody's leaping forward. So
Yeah,
I'll
if
do
no one
it.
else
So
is going to leap
I
forward,
probably-
I can do it.
Yeah. Well, you go ahead then. Tell us how the adventure started and where we're at.
All right, so forgive me if I forget some details, but essentially
Sure.
we are in service to a unicorn lord. We are in the Biden Pass, and the current little job that we have is to try to find the whereabouts of a Yasuki. Man, I'm not pronouncing that well, but I'll give it a shot. A Yasuki merchant, which is like the courtier school of the Crab Clan, who's basically shown up. He basically hasn't shown up, so his her whereabouts is needs to be figured out. So we go down the path. We're at a portion of the trail that oversees a ravine down towards a flowing riverbed. We see a cart that's been damaged, toppled to some degree. I don't remember the specifics. And two of us, Naomi and shoot, I really need to remember character names better.
Akane.
Akane, thank you. They go down to the where the cart is, while Saito and Nai stay up on the path. While down there, a wild boar comes out and attacks. Saito is very quick with putting an arrow in between its shoulder blades, but the boar is rather unfazed by that, and nearly takes out one of our wonderful Ronin friends.
Indeed.
So he very narrowly was able to avoid taking a very, very, very horrible wound into just a pretty horrible wound. And that's effectively where we left off.
Yeah, he turned a potentially deadly wound into just something that permanently maims. So hopefully he'll heal up well. And speaking of our other cast member that we're missing, Chris, he had a family emergency last minute. So thoughts and prayers, and we'll see him next time. So we left off right at the end of a combat round, which was a very mechanically clean way to do it. So we're going to start with a new initiative roll. Chris, you're going to be playing Chris's character for the rest of this combat, and then your character will have arrived after being delayed for whatever reason.
Gotcha.
So as we all should remember, when you do a initiative roll for a skirmish, you're going to pick a ring for your stance for that round, and then you're going to do a tactics roll. And all the hits you get is going to be added to your vigilance, and that's going to be your initiative score.
Forgive me, the dice rollers are going to be obfuscated for a brief moment.
Yeah, that's fine. So just go ahead and get your roll in. Also, don't forget the effect that your stances have, as well as the initiative. If you get any potential opportunities, you can maybe use those as well. I'm not in the chat, so that's why I'm not seeing any initiative rolls. Okay. I don't have a pen. I'm going to have to do this old school. All right, so let's go around the ring here. Pat, what is your initiative?
All right, so forgive me, my attention's a little divided. So this would be tactics and one of our reams.
Yeah. Why don't I'll do you last. Let's go the other way around. Chris, what did you get?
I feel silly for asking this because I'm still getting used to this. Do I just roll an attack to do this initiative?
A tactics.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's see here. I'm doing an earth tactic. So on my die.
Yeah, so you can keep just one of those if you want. That way you don't have to take the strife.
Yeah, I'll keep the one without strife.
Okay. And then for you're in the Earth Ring, so you can keep that opportunity in mind.
Okay.
So you got no successes, so you're going to add 0 to your vigilance. And what is your vigilance?
My vigilance.
It's on the conflict tab.
Oh, here it is. Conflict tab. Vigilance is 3.
Okay. Remember, that's your initiative score.
Okay.
Zafira.
All right, I'll be rolling from the air, keeping a nimble stance and ready to maneuver my opposition out of the way for presumably.
Yeah, because you're down in harm's way potentially. You're down there within potential striking range.
So I got 1 success, 1 exploding success, and a no.
Yeah, if you want the strife.
Yeah, I'll take the strife and the success.
And you'll be able to roll one more die too, yeah?
If you want to, yep.
All right. Okay, that's gonna be 1 regular die, or one black die, or 1 white die.
It's an exploding ring die, so you roll a ring die.
Oh, okay. Well, didn't matter.
Well, yeah. So if you want to keep that die, it's a success, 2 strife, and an opportunity. If you want to keep that die.
Yeah, I'll take the opportunity and the strife.
Okay.
Racking that shit up.
Yep. So your total initiative is what?
Total initiative would be 1, 2, plus 3, so 5 initiative plus 5 initiative.
Okay.
With and plus an opportunity.
All right. Who's next? James? What'd you get?
All right. I rolled previously, thinking we were all rolling separately, so I'm gonna do my rerolls.
Okay.
Because I got.
You got 2 explosives. Yep.
Yeah, I got 2 explosives, and then I'm also keeping one of the opportunities as well.
Okay. Final answer is, what's your initiative?
All right, so that's 3 successes, 2 opportunities, and my it's vigilance, right?
Yep.
That is going to be 6, and I'm going to use one of my opportunities to figure out a weakness of the enemy.
Sure. All right. 5. All right, Pat.
All right, so last round I was doing my initiative based off of the observation of air. I'm going to switch over to a water stance as more of a flowing with the blows kind of feel. And here comes my roll. So I am seeing 2 opportunities and 2 strifes, but no successes. Is that correct?
No, you have 2 explosive successes and 2 strife.
Oh, derpa herp. Okay, so that is not reading that right. So yeah, I'm definitely going to take the 2 strife for the 2.
Okay, would you like to reroll for even more potential?
Yeah, and I'm going because I don't have to keep them if I don't want them, but I can see what they are.
Yep. So reroll 2 more ring dice. Yep. So each one is 2 successes and 2 strife.
Yeah, let's go for it. So that'll give me a total of 4 successes and 4 strife. And
All right.
strife from last session is still there, yes.
It has not gone away.
And we need to worry when that gets to our composure limit.
Or not worry, one of the 2. Yeah, whichever.
Yeah, screw it. Yeah, it's all good.
I mean, we're in a nice isolated location. I don't see any reason to worry about it getting close to composure.
Yeah, in the case of NPCs, when they get strifed out, that's like a morale mechanic. They'll run away, rather often. You guys are heroes. You're player characters. You're just going to do whatever you want to do when you're compromised.
So those 4 successes plus my 3 vigilance gives me a total of 7 for initiative.
All right, that puts you in the lead.
Good
All
roll.
right. So, Doji Nai, you have the highest initiative total. You had cast the invocation
Nature's
last turn
touch, I believe.
that
is
allows
what
you
it's
to
called.
speak to the boar, and you had a opportunity to make it more positively predisposed towards you,
Yes.
not necessarily towards your buddies.
Correct.
So it is your action. I have a new handout for you guys. It's a list of skirmish actions that we don't have to reference the rule book. So those are the list of possible things you can do.
All right, so the intention I have at this point is I want to shout out to the boar in a manner to try to appease to it. And my general thought process here would be using social skill, using the courtesy skill, as I'm not trying to manipulate it. I'm trying to appeal to its better nature.
Yeah. Okay.
So that wouldn't be air. Would that what ring would that be?
What ring did you roll? That's the ring you're going to have to use.
I haven't rolled yet, so I'm essentially.
What did you roll for initiative?
Water.
Then that's what you have to use.
Oh, okay. So that's just a.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to make a water approach.
All right. So then, does the water approach fit with what my intended narrative on that was, or is this changing just a little bit?
No, it's you can still try to appease it. So you're going to kind of theme that in a water approach. So things involving water are strength and movement, maybe not so applicable, but perception is water. Using being efficient is water. So using using perception would be an approach that you're using to try to gain insight to the boar's mental state.
All right, so last round, with my initiative roll, I did get a little bit of insight that the boar is probably around here because of all the foodstuffs from the wagon.
Somebody got that. I don't remember who it was, but yeah.
It was me.
Okay. Yep.
And so I'm going to call out Noble Boar. You're wounded. We're wounded. We are not here for the food. Kindly request that you leave. We will leave the food after we are finished with our business.
Okay. Fair. So I agree that would be but before you roll, I got to give you a TN.
Oh, okay.
So, because the boar is, I'm going to say he's not really inclined because he's been wounded, so it's going to be a little bit harder. I'm going to say target number. He hasn't been wounded that badly though, so I'm going to say target number 3.
If you'll allow me to keep the roll that I clicked, because I would really like to keep that roll.
That's a pretty badass roll. So yeah, you can go ahead and keep it. But,
so
yeah.
I'm just gonna keep the 4 successes that are without the strife.
Well, you can't. You can only keep 3.
I can only keep 3. Oh, you're right, because so in that case, I'll keep the 1 explosive and the 2 others. And would I be able to roll that explosive for the option or no?
You don't have an explosive. You have.
Oh, is that an opportunity? I'm not reading the symbols correct again, so I'll just 3 successes.
Okay. Alrighty. So you offered the boar parlay. He can have the food. We don't want the food. Let's not nobody else die. That's your approach.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, let's see what happens when Saito goes, because Saito, you're up next. Saito, are you?
See him moving.
Sorry, forgot that I was, having to use push to talk on this one. All right. Does it look like the boar is having any kind of reaction to him?
It seems like it's certainly Doji Nai has the boar's attention, and it's not a person, so you can't read emotions and expressions very well. But from what Doji Nai is telling you, it looks like it's working so far.
Did Doji tell us that he was doing this?
Well, he was yelling down at the boar. I mean, it's just the magic allows the boar to understand him. So you heard everything he was saying.
Okay. In this game, is there opportunity for like 6 seconds or less conversation? Basically, like yelling at Doji, "Should I shoot him?" And then
you can get as a free kind of an action, you can get a 5-word message off, and they actually have a rule for this. You can get 6 words if one of them is fool or idiot.
All right. Would Doji be able to respond to me before my turn is over?
If you're going to ask him, "Can I shoot?" he can answer yes or no in the span of what you're asking about. Absolutely.
Okay, good deal. Then I'm going to look at Doji and say, "Should I shoot?"
Nai. His name, given name is Nai. Family name is Doji. Yes.
I'll say wait.
Then I will hold my action to see what the board does.
Okay, so that would be a wait action. So you would you'd have to give a specific trigger. So like if the
board advances on someone in a aggressive manner.
Okay, and then you'll do what? Shoot it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, fair. All right, so you are doing a wait action. Next on initiative is Bayushi Akane.
All right. While this is happening, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a flanking position, nothing too extreme.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold action for if the boar intersects me to take a stab.
Okay. Well, that's on a wait action. It actually explicitly disallows movement. So.
Okay. Then I'll hang tight where I'm at. That's fine.
All right. So you want to just attack it if it comes for you? Is that your wait action?
Attack it if it comes for me, or just attack it if it does make another attack.
Yeah, because you don't have a ranged weapon. So with your katana.
I mean, I do. I just don't have it out. But yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think I need to actually put that into my equipment. I don't know if I did or not. I should have. Yeah, it's in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the boar actually beat Naomi on initiative. So we are going to have the boar Pat, question for you for your spell. Does it allow two-way communication or just that it can understand you?
I don't have the book open in front of me at the moment.
All right. For the time being, and plus you did, you spent an opportunity to learn something about what's going on with it. I believe you were.
Yeah, that was the initiative. That was the.
Yeah. The boar wants somebody to remove the arrow, be amenable to letting you GTFO.
Okay. So that's the info that we have right now during its initiative.
So it'll communicate with you that he accepts your deal if you get this arrow out of me.
So essentially, it's not actively attacking at this moment, but it's still posturing.
It is not.
It's still kind of.
It's communicating with you through the magic of your spell. So it's wary because there are humans down here with weapons, and not that it really understands what weapons are, but it knows these humans are down here in its territory, and it hurts.
All right, cool.
Oh dear. Am I still talking to you guys? Can you still hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Awesome. Okay, because Roll20 just crashed on me, so that's not good.
Uh-oh.
Let me see if I can't reload roll 20. So in the meantime, Chris, what is Naomi going to do now that you've heard all this back and forth?
Well, last I recall, Naomi took a not so subtle hit.
He is seriously wounded and he's bleeding out. He needs immediate medical attention.
About that, so we're gonna head back a bit, back away from the boar.
Okay.
Try to ease the angst between me and the boar by separating ourselves.
So what stance are you in?
I am in earth stance.
Okay, so you can, if you want to do any kind of movement, you don't do that for free in the earth stance. That'll cost an action if you want to move away.
Yeah. Also, don't I get to use one of my opportunities?
Yes. So what did you have one?
During a movement action, ignore terrain quality of your choice.
Okay. Fair.
I remember you saying that the terrain here isn't the best, so I'm going to use that just to safely get away.
All right. So I'm going to have you give me a fitness. Since you're using the opportunity, I'm going to lower the target to 2.
Okay.
And you're in the earth stance, so you'll roll earth plus fitness. That's if you want to climb back up the slope. If you just want to move away and stay down there, you don't even have to roll. I'm assuming you want to get out of the ravine. If you don't want to get out of the ravine, then you don't have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of the out of the ravine. Oh, we got gold for Chris's earth stance. Is that how this works now?
I forget what gold does. I'm gonna have to put this in front of me. But yes, bonus ring die. Thank you. So you're gonna give yourself a bonus ring die.
So on the plus ring, I just bump it up 1.
On the character sheet, there's to the right of all that. There's a place for bonuses.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Plus 1 ring. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's do this.
Yes.
Three opportunities.
Okay. Well, with no successes. So yeah, you're clearly you're bleeding and woundedness, even though it's the water ring.
Success on it, doesn't it?
Nope, there are no successes there. Oh, the skill die has. Skill die has a success. Yeah, skill die has a success.
I called it the wrong thing.
Yep. So you're going to want to not keep any of those strife, because while you're bleeding, you're going to take damage when you take strife.
Yeah, I'm going to not keep the strife.
All right, so you are not going to be able to climb out of the ravine with that roll, sadly. However, you can go laterally, along the ravine and get away from the boar.
Okay, so I still accomplish what I half accomplish what I want to do.
You just don't get out of the ravine. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So long as you guys don't want to fight the boar, we can kind of turn this into a narrative or a scheme, intrigue, because the boar wants somebody to make the hurt stop. So what is your guys' plan about that?
Last I knew, none of us are trained in medicine.
That doesn't mean you can't roll it.
Well, understandably so, but no one.
Okay.
So, I have an idea, but
I
want to give the opportunity to anyone else.
All right. So we're kind of at an impasse, so we don't have to do this in initiative order.
Oh, it has an arrow in it, doesn't it?
Yes. And it's not happy about that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So if no one else is going to, so my general idea is I would like to try to tend to the boar.
Okay. You would have to get down in the ravine to do that.
Correct. So I am going to try to nimbly and very gracefully descend down into the ravine.
Okay. So when you say nimbly and gracefully, are you saying air ring?
Yes, that is the intention.
All right. Roll your air plus fitness to...
Athletics?
Is athletics a skill?
That's what I just rolled.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll work.
I only see one success on that, and it's got a strife in there. Oh, wait, no, that's an
Okay, so
exploder. I got an exploder.
all right, so you're gonna want to roll that because it's a target number 2 to do this without injuring yourself.
Hey, Jeffrey, you rolled aesthetics.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
yeah, fitness.
apparently I don't know how to read.
Yeah,
My apologies. So 1 second,
Yeah.
let me move
You're
over
gonna want
to
fitness.
the correct area.
You
say-
aesthetically heal the boar.
yeah. I don't remember athletics being a skill, but that sounds like that should be applicable. But yeah, it's fitness.
There we go.
That's a better
Wow.
roll.
All right. So it's a question of so you're probably not going to want to take the 3 successes because you only needed 2 because that would
Yeah.
come with 3 strife. So so you can take your 2 strife
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna need a chillax after this, but yeah.
What would you like to do with your opportunity?
Shoot, that's an opportunity, not an exploder. So this will be two successes, 2 strife, and 1 opportunity.
Yep.
You got the little cheat sheet here.
So general examples, if you're on the Roll20 chart, that lower left, general uses. So on the any, you can do any of those. You're in the air ring. What you can do is use that under the any, spend an opportunity to cancel out one of those strife.
I'll do that.
Fair.
So I'll get 2 successes, 1 strife. This does put me at my composure. So does that mean I break? Like
No,
I'm cracking, or
you unmask only when you want to. The benefit to unmasking is you dump all your strife.
okay.
Downside is depends on what happened. You could gain some dishonor. You could start a new fight. Who knows?
Okay. So my intention is to go down to the ravine.
Okay.
Try to find some fabric around the area because I don't want to
There's
actually.
plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll cut some off with my I actually don't want to use the wakizashi as a tool like that. I got a knife. Actually, the intro kits come with knives. So use a knife, cut off a swash of fabric, try to get enough to act as a makeshift bandage, and also get enough so that when I'm handling the situation, I can make sure that I'm keeping myself free of any blood to the best of my ability. I'll also grab some food. The intention is I would like to try to lead the boar away from the group back into the thicket where hopefully I can't be seen too easily from the rest of the group.
Okay.
Feed the boar some of the food while I attempt to tend to the wound and try to keep myself as clean as possible.
Fair. Okay, so the thicket is bamboo growing around this, in and around the stream. The rest of you guys, while Nye wants to lead the boar away from you guys, is there anything you guys want to do?
No, I'm just actually. I'm gonna investigate this wreckage some more.
Fair. Okay.
I'm going to continue to watch the boar until they go out of sight, and then just kind of shrug at whatever he's doing, and then continue to watch the road for anybody approaching.
Fair. Naomi, you are bleeding to death. Nobody's taking care of you. What are you going to do?
Attempt a medicine check, I guess.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah. Would that still have to be an earth? Or...
It's whatever ring you want to do it in. Whatever approach you would want to use. Earth is probably a very appropriate one for this.
Yeah. Well, earth for medicine is recall.
Medicine is what skill? What kind of a skill? You should be able to.
Scholar skill.
So if you mouse over your character sheet, if you look at your playing Naomi.
So it's analyze is air, recall is earth, theorize is fire, survey is water, and sense is void.
You don't want to use water because that's where you're injured. Earth is going to be fine.
Yeah, we'll do Earth.
Okay.
Here's hoping. 1 success and 1 opportunity.
Okay. Pretty sure it's target number 2 to cancel bleeding. Let's. Does anybody besides me actually have a rule book?
I have a rule book.
Can you look up what the target number is to remove bleeding while we do the bore?
Sure. Let me see what I can find.
Thank you. It's going to be in the skirmish rules. That's where the conditions are.
Noted.
All right, Doji Nai. Things are going fairly well so far. We just need to see if we can't get that arrow out of the bore without enraging it, because this is probably going to hurt.
Yeah.
So
hurt me more than it'll hurt it if it gets angry at me.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is not a trivial thing. So I'm going to say target number 2 on your medicine check.
Okay.
Yeah.
My intention is to approach this in air. I want to be very analytical about how I
Okay.
removing this arrow from the bore. I want to reduce the amount of damage that I'm causing when I'm pulling it out. I don't know what kind of arrowhead Saito uses. So
If it's unspecified, probably just the standard. Yeah.
Would those
The
be
willow leaf, they
barbed
call
or
them.
no? I'm not
No.
very familiar with a willow leaf.
It's just your standard arrow.
Okay. I'm hoping that the boar is distracted with the food, so that this would suck a little less. That's the hope.
Well, since you're doing this in the air, you can try to do this in such a way that it's not, you lessen the pain. That would absolutely be an air approach.
Okay.
So the more I will say, it's going to be a 2 to get it out, and I'm going to give you an extra opportunity example, and you can spend opportunities so that it hurts less when you do this.
All right. Here's if I spend a void, I can get an additional die. How does that work?
Additional ring die. Yep.
And does someone give me a void last session, but my max void is only a 1, so I can't make use of more than 2?
Well, you didn't spend one before, so we'll just say you spend it, then it'll refresh from that bonus void.
Okay, so that would allow me to spend 1 additional ring die.
Yep.
Let me go ahead and click that in. And don't suck.
That does not suck.
But I am very, very
Unfortunately, yeah. Well, you have no opportunities, so you're going to be successful with that roll no matter what you pick there, probably.
But those are
Well,
also
actually, you have
yeah.
3. Yeah, so you
have
exploders.
2 more so I'm gonna go ahead and roll those 2 dice and hope for some opportunity.
Okay.
No. So I'm gonna do a total of 3 strife, 4 successes. That's my intention. Or do I have to keep when I roll and explode?
I'm pretty sure after you roll, you can choose whether to keep it.
Okay.
So you only need 2 successes. There's no reason to keep more than 2 successes.
Okay, so
because
in that case,
more strife is not a good
strife,
thing.
Yeah, because then I would just keep one of the guys that explodes into the other success. Is that
well? It looks like you're gonna have to take. Looks like you're gonna have to take 2 strife.
2 strife?
If you keep 2 dice, because every one of those has at least 1.
But if I would just keep one of the explodes, that explodes into the other success, or is that not the way that I'm allowed to budget?
So that second die was when it exploded, it gave you a bonus success. So that die is 2 successes and a strife.
Yeah. So if I keep only that die, would that be?
Oh, there you go. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Then yeah, you just keep that 1 die, ignore the other 2. You only have 1 strife. There you go.
Okay. But sadly, no opportunities. So here we go.
So it's going to get upset as you pull it out. However, you've done a lot of things to mitigate this, even though it hurts when it happens. I'm going to think about it. Zafira, did we find removing the
Yes.
bleeding? What's
TN2 medicine
Okay.
earth as a support action.
Yep. All right. So while this is going on in the bamboo thicket, Naomi is trying in vain to stop his leg gusher. He's producing a dangerous amount of blood on the ground here. So let's go back to you guys.
I'll try and patch him up.
Okay. I will say that since he's already working on it, we'll give you. You're being assisted by him. He does not have skill in this, so you're going to gain a skill die rather than a ring die.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Medicine. Oh, it doesn't actually have a... Okay, cool. Did you say a skill die? You said a ring die, right?
He's unskilled, so you're going to add a skill die. The skill dice are worse than ring dice.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Here we goes nothing. Opportunity and a success and a strike. Jesus Christ.
Yep. Well, this is looking serious. Saito, you're watching the two of them fail to stop the bleeding.
All right. I'm going to. I guess I'm gonna.
Do I have to take that skill die roll?
You don't
Do I have to take that.
No, you can.
If I failed, I don't want to take it. Since it takes 2, I was like, I will not take that if I can avoid taking that success and strike.
Yeah, you don't have to take it.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, you could choose. You know what? I'm just going to keep no dice. We got a null result here.
Yeah, there's no reason to keep that up.
Well, let's see. In the earth, if you failed, well, this isn't any. You can spend the opportunity to learn what would be the better way to do this. You're in earth. That's none of those look like they're going to help too much.
Yeah, my earth is garbage, so.
Yeah. Well, we got Saito. What would you like to do about this? You're still pushing.
Yeah, I was thinking. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to toss my bow kind of like over my shoulder and like string it across my chest and walk over, and our bow is Naomi still awake?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to start trying to do medicine, but I'm going to ask for assistance from both of them.
Okay, you are going to have to get down into the ravine first.
Oh, okay, I forgot that they were down in the ravine. I thought they were up here with me.
Yeah.
All right,
he tried to get out, but he failed.
All right, I'm gonna move down the ravine then.
All right, so you are the clumsy one, is that right?
Maybe.
Okay, fair. Well,
Don't worry about it.
I mean, it's easy to get down. It's just a question of how much damage do you take.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, gravity will make sure you get down to the bottom. It's no test needed if that's all you care about.
It's just tuck and roll, baby, tuck and roll. So it's gonna be a fitness, right?
Yeah, with whatever ring, whatever approach is most advantageous. Since you're clumsy, you're probably going to want to maximize your odds here.
It's gonna be air.
Okay. And of course, Yeah, you got to re-roll at least two of the, you have to re-roll two of those because they're all successes.
I'm gonna re-roll the 2 regular successes.
Yep, probably this smart strategic thing to do. Okay.
Ah!
So you're going to do this, but you're going to gain some strife. So,
And that's fine. What's
Okay.
my target? 2.
TN2. Yep.
All right, cool. I'm just gonna take 2 of the successes and then get myself a couple of points of strife.
All right. Well,
Going down
yeah.
this ravine was stressful.
you lost. You nearly lost it a couple times there, and yeah, the adrenaline's pumping.
But I'm down here now.
Yep. So, about the time you scrambled down, you guys hear the boar give out a enraged roar. So, what are you guys going to do? Because Doji Nai has gone off into the bamboo by himself. So, you guys hear this.
I'm going to draw my Yumi. If I can.
Oh, yeah. No reason you can't.
All right, yeah, that's kind of fun. That's kind of alarming. And yeah, Nai, are you okay?
All right, so Nai, you've pulled the arrow out. It's very painful. I'm going to have you do another courtesy to keep it from attacking you.
Okay.
I'm going to say target number 3, because it's logic just does not work on animals. It just knows it's in pain, and you just did that.
All right. Is there a ring that I'm basically stuck using here, or is it
Nope.
up
Yeah,
to my...
just whichever approach you would want to use in trying to calm down an enraged boar.
I'm thinking water because I kind of want to adapt to the situation and adapt to how it's reacting.
All right. I told you target number 3. Looks like you got that even before the explosive successes, but you can think about whether or not you want to roll those explosives for more opportunities.
So I'm going to take the 3 successes, 2 strife, and 1 opportunity. 2 of those will be exploders, so I'm going to go ahead and see what they'll bring in, just in case they give some more opportunities. I do not intend on taking more strife than what that alone gives me. So I have a total of, that would provide me a total of 4 successes, 1 opportunity, and 2 strife.
Well, yeah. So you only need 2 or what did I say? 2 or 3? I forgot now. I think I said 3.
I think you said 3.
Yeah. So since that first explosive, one of that first success counts as 2 successes now. So that's 1 less die you have to keep.
2 successes, opportunity, and strife.
All right. So what would you like to do with that opportunity? You can cancel out the strife you gained, but since you're in water, you can remove 2 strife for 1 opportunity. That's an even better rate since you're in the water stance.
Is there anything situationally applicable as far as the boar would be considered that may be a better option?
Yeah, so success means the boar is not going to attack you, but it's still going to be expecting you guys to GTFO out of its territory.
So in that case, I'm going to go ahead and
maybe with a success. Okay. The other thing I was going to say is maybe with that success, you can amplify mollifying it and have it allow you to do some rummaging around before you leave. That'd be another thing you could do with that opportunity.
In that case, I will request the rummage.
All right. Fair. All right. So the boar is giving you enough time to search around before you leave.
All right. So I'm going to come out of the bamboo and tell the So I'm going to address the rest of everyone. We don't have a lot of time. The Honorable Boar is not very happy, a little irate, so we want to try to make our business here quick. Is Naomi okay?
We are still working on that. So you guys know the boar is not an immediate problem, but Naomi's bleeding kind of is. So what's the agenda?
I tried. I am not good at it.
Okay. Mechanically, what the bleeding does is he takes damage whenever he gets strife. Every strife is damage, damage, damage. What he can do is just chill. The amount of bandaging you've done, if he just chills out and doesn't do anything, he's not going to bleed out.
By
But
like chilling out, does that mean like I can't walk away or anything either?
Anytime you roll dice, strife is damage. So the less dice you roll, that's the more chilling out you're doing.
I'm willing to take a shot at it,
Okay.
but I will be asking for assistance from both Naomi and
I think
Yana.
I think assistance is just +1 dice. It doesn't matter how many are assisting.
Oh, I thought you get one from each person that was assisting.
We can look that up later. Yeah. But you can throw void at this if I don't think you've spent your void point.
I am. All right, so I'm getting one assistance die.
Yeah.
And then one void die.
And it sounds like we just got a follow, so we might be getting a bonus coming here at somebody.
Yay, follow.
Nice.
Akane, looks like, yes, thank you.
Ooh.
Concept, Akane, you get a bonus success, or excuse me, a bonus opportunity. Bonus opportunity you can throw at a test at some point.
Excellent. I always love opportunities.
Yes, thank you, Concept.
All right.
Well,
And I get to keep one for the bonus and one for the ring, right? Or one for the void, right?
The void gives you a bonus ring, basically. So there you go. You can keep all 5 if you need to.
I plan on it.
All right, so looks like you only needed 2 successes, so you've got that.
Doesn't additional successes give him any endurance knockoff?
Zafira, did you see that in the
Or fatigue, rather?
In the chat?
No, in the bleeding? Does bonus successes do anything for you?
Oh, let me double check. I still have it. Oh, I don't have it. Hold on 1 sec.
BRB, 1 sec.
I don't think so, but let me be 100% certain. No, it does not say any bonuses give anything.
Yeah, so
Okay, what about medicine in general?
Skills.
Just to move things along, I'll allow you to save extra successes towards staging that serious wound down to a light wound.
Okay, all right, cool. So yeah, with 3 successes, 2 opportunity. Let me look at the opportunity that I can do for air.
Well, there's always the 1-for-1 cancel out strife you gain while you're doing this.
That might just be what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
All right, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And you said for additional successes, the additional success, it just knocks it down to a light wound?
No. There's another medicine chest you have to do to turn that serious wound into a light wound.
Gotcha. Okay.
So actually something you can do with the since you're in air and you have 2 opportunities, you can for your own future knowledge learn a interesting detail about Naomi, such as an advantage or disadvantage. So this will be something your character actually knows in character.
Hey, I've never noticed that birthmark before.
Or
Then
whatever.
I will notice an interesting detail about Naomi that you guys know.
What do you want to know? An advantage or a disadvantage?
Disadvantage, because that's more advantageous for me.
Okay. All right. So while you're healing him up. We'll say, he's complaining about the wound and how it wasn't meant to be like this. So he has delusions of grandeur.
So he's like me.
You notice a kindred spirit.
Oh,
But he
geez.
doesn't know that you have delusions of grandeur, but you know that he does. And that was actually something I did in between the weeks. I was thinking, you know what? Almost being killed by a boar, I gave him 3 strife for triggering the delusions of grandeur. That's where that 3 strife came from.
Nice.
Okay, so we have Naomi's bleeding under control. So actually, I got it right now. I'll just boom, take that off of his conditions. Severely wounded is still a thing. Bleeding is not. The boar is anxious for you guys to get out of here. So what else do you want to do before you leave?
We need to investigate the area down here. There was a body, and then there was the cart.
Indeed.
I'm going to very, very, very carefully and slowly pick my way back up the thing to watch the road for any other kinds of trouble.
Fair. All right. So I am not doing this right. Here we go. Move the players to investigation page. You guys should see a map now. It starts with the art of investigation and various things you can do with opportunities. Yes?
Yes.
Sweet.
Awesome. Alrighty. Okay, so we know Satomi wants to climb back out of the ravine. This is, unless you find a better way to get up, going right back where you are here is target number 3 to climb back out safely.
Even if I'm going like super, super slow?
Yeah, I guess that could be air. You could be very careful. It's just the rocks are very prone to giving way and making you slip. Alternately, you can go along the creek and find potentially a better way up if that's what you would prefer to do.
Hey guys, I'm going to go see if I can find an easier way up because I don't think Naomi is going to be able to make this.
Good point. Let's not travel alone before you run into some trouble, yeah?
Fair?
Fair.
Yeah, I think it'd be better to travel as a group this time.
Before we leave, we should investigate the area.
Indeed.
Would you
go.
kindly take a look at the body over there? I'm going to look at the cart.
So I will remind you guys, since it's been like 2 weeks, some of the things you already know. You saw this is where the cart kind of got washed off the road up above. It tumbled down the side of the ravine here. All the goods kind of got scattered every which way, and most of the boxes and barrels got smashed. There's a lot of clothing and foodstuffs it looks like were the main things that were being transported. One of a very interesting thing you guys, I think it was Satomi, noticed, there is an arrow lodged in the side of the cart. You guys have also discerned that there is a banner identifying the cart as belonging to a Yusuke merchant. You guys also saw a body off in the bamboo, not too far from where Doji Nai and the boar is. And a very odd thing you noticed is there's no sign of the ox that was hitched to the cart. It's just gone. There's no corpse, no nothing of the ox.
The boar.
We also got a copper donation.
A copper donation.
Bonus opportunity.
Who did we get somebody named for that bonus opportunity?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. All right.
Concept. Who do you want for the bonus opportunity?
Yeah. So go ahead and let me know who he gives that to. Thank you again, Concept. Meanwhile, you guys have various things you can look into. What would you like to look into?
I'll investigate the body.
Okay. What in particular are you like? What skill and what approach? So, like, what are you trying to learn
Yeah,
about
I
this
would like
body.
to use skullduggery and air to see if there's any foul play involved in this.
Fair. All right. So generally, what you see, the body is soaking wet because it's right there at the edge of the creek. It's wearing a dark blue kimono, similar to what you would expect a crab samurai to be wearing. Immediately, you notice he has an obi with the swords are missing. You know, where your swords should go. Either that or he never had swords. But probably more likely the swords are not right there with the body.
All right.
And the other thing that's really striking is it's headless. It's missing its head. So with your skullduggery and air, you can figure out what's maybe any reasons for all of these things.
Yep, that's exactly what I'll do here. Ugh.
Oh, target number. I got to give you target number. So target number 2 sounds fair. This is a.
And is this the same scene as the boar fight? For strife purposes.
Yeah. Strife hasn't gone anywhere.
Okay.
And frankly, if you go over there investigating the body, you can see the boar is agitated. Now there's 2 people here in the bamboo with them instead of just one. So boar's thinking maybe you guys are reneging, but it's not attacking. Not unless it gets provoked.
Yeah. I'll yeah, my hands are well away from my weapons, but
okay.
I don't think the boar necessarily cares, but
yeah, now that you're down here and you're getting a good long look at the boar, yeah, this thing is like 400, 500 pounds. It's almost as big as a horse, at least a Rokugani horse. You know, it's this is something that's demanding your peripheral attention as you're trying to be thorough and investigate the corpse.
Yeah. Let me see here. What happens when I'm compromised?
Your focus, I believe, goes to 1.
Yeah.
Now you can just kind of do a freak out, unmask and drop your strife to 0 if you feel you need to.
I just apparently when compromised. Mechanically, I just I can't keep any strife die.
Okay.
Which is a lot of die, admittedly.
Yep.
But yeah, all right, that's fine. I'll take the 2 successes and an opportunity. Actually, yeah. I rolled air, so I'll use that opportunity to remove 2 strife.
That was a water thing, but yeah.
That's water. Oh, then I'll just take 1 strife.
Okay.
All
right. So we have the 2 successes I asked for plus an opportunity. So what would you like to do with your opportunity? And you have a potential bonus opportunity as well that was given to you. Concept.
Oh, right. Oh, yes. I'm gonna use that. I'm using the first opportunity to remove a strife, to remove 1 strife.
Okay.
And the bonus opportunity. How can I utilize this?
Well, we are.
I'm gonna utilize.
Yeah, we're using a trade skill, so.
All right, trade. This actually has a word.
Well, nobody's buying anything here, but.
I'm gonna totally utilize this thematically. Is there any food crumpet or any food snippets I can throw roughly toward that board to try to kind of entice it to
absolutely
not be right in front of me?
You are near. Actually, the corpse is near a mostly intact pickled vegetables barrel. There's lots of vinegar.
Oh, perfect.
But there's some pickled vegetables there. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll toss some of that off to entice the boar to not be right in my face.
Fair. I think that's a cool idea.
It's a very alarming presence there.
Okay, so yeah, we'll say that's canceling out its increased agitation for your presence here. Alrighty. So you learn that there were swords on this belt. They've they've been stolen. They're
Okay.
it doesn't look like they fell out. You would have to manually like untie the belt to get it, and you can see that it's open, and the wooden scabbards have been removed from the belt. The head, no sign of the head, but it almost looks like it's not a clean cut, like he's been beheaded. But it's cleaner than if the head flew off while tumbling down the ravine. You're kind of at a loss to explain how it happened. It's like the skin split and the head came off.
Oh wow! So almost like kind of like torn off.
Yeah, but
metal.
Yeah, definitely a cleaner tear than if like somebody like a bear or something just ripped it off. It's not as clean as a sword cut, but it's suspiciously clean.
Okay, so maybe not a sword, but definitely something of some semblance of bladed. Presumably,
You're honest,
or
yeah,
teeth, or
you're not sure, to be fair.
Fair enough.
Honest,
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you learn this stuff. In the Rokugani religion and tradition, you wouldn't be touching his body at all because that's unclean. But you can kind of use a bamboo pole to kind of pry him over just enough to see more of his kimono on the front, and you're able to identify. You're pretty sure that this would be the merchant.
Okay.
All right, so let's go to Saito. What are you doing while Akane is appraising the corpse?
I'm going to be skulldugging the cart.
All right, and what are we looking for in specifically? What kind of information are we seeking?
I'm looking to see if maybe there was something untoward done to the cart to make it come down this ravine, or if it was just a simple washout like they said.
Okay.
Or at least that's what I'm telling everybody. I'm actually looking for any kind of hidden compartments or anything like that as well.
All right. So I'm going to say probably labor would be the right skill for that then. Or no, skullduggery. If you're looking for hidden compartments, skullduggery, sure.
Real quick, we had a Jade Moon redeemed a platinum gift, which means they get to name a future villain.
Oh, of course. Alrighty, well, Jade Moon, I know how to get in touch with you, so awesome. Thank you.
Villain named Dave.
Yep.
It's like,
He's not here.
Yep.
Dave of Rokugan.
We find out the board's actually a shapeshifter, and we've really pissed it off.
Fred Williams. Says
All
right. So what ring are you using for your skullduggery?
I'm going to be using
cart.
air.
Okay. I'm going to say I got to give you these target numbers. So 2. No reason for it not to be 2. Yeah. So I should have given it to you before. I just forgot. So there you go.
Alrighty, so 2 successes and 1 opportunity, as well as 1 strife.
Okay. So do you want to use that opportunity to cancel your strife, or you want to save it for something else?
Let me take a look and see if I can use it for something else. It's weird that Skulldug is a trade skill. Yeah, I guess I'll just use it for strife.
All right, fair. Okay, so you obviously already know about the arrow in the side of the cart. You do show signs of like water hitting the side of the cart that the arrow is in. There's like mud all up the side of it. Does look like it got washed out in addition to being shot by the arrow. Going into the cart, You're searching for hidden compartments, and sure enough, you do find one under the driver's bench, and it is empty though. It looks like it's a cushioned with like crushed velvet, like valuable, delicate things could be stored in there, but there's nothing in there. You're able to tell that if something had fallen out, the hidden door is complicated enough it wouldn't snap back shut. Like somebody had to deliberately close it.
All right. And does it look like the padding in there has had something sitting in it? Like there's like an indentation or something maybe bouncing around?
The cushioning isn't that doesn't retain an impression of sufficient detail to tell what it was. I mean, it's basically it's just velvet, but you're pretty sure something valuable was stored there and has been deliberately removed.
Okay. All right. And it looks like, let's see, Ayane is over there messing with the body.
Yep.
I don't want to involve the Ronin because, he's hurt.
All right, so let's go to the Ronin while you're thinking.
Yeah.
So Chris, we're going to say your character had been dispatched a little bit later to find out what's going on with these guys. So you arrive now with your own character. Naomi can just hang out and relax and not
bleed.
Not bleed out. You don't want to reopen those bandages. So, you get brought up to speed from Naomi. So what would you like to do?
So Kage shows up, gets brought up to speed from Naomi. Let me describe what he looks like real quick. Actually, he stands at about, I would say, 5'9", 5'10". He has the typical appearance of a Ronin. His getup is pretty humble, honestly. He has just simple black and like a little bit of like brown, nothing too extravagant to his robes. He seems to consistently have his left hand tucked inside of his hakama as it just casually like rests inside. He's got black hair. He's got some facial hair, a bit scruffy. Doesn't look like he takes the time to really shave. He just lets it grow out. But as he shows up and sees everyone, gets caught up to speed, he will do a skullduggery to investigate. And I know the body was already looked at. Could he look at the body again from his perspective?
If you want to do something, what skill did Akane use?
Aaron's skullduggery. Well, just skullduggery.
All right, so that's already resolved.
Okay.
If you want to use look for a different kind of information, then you can do that. Something besides skullduggery.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on the wrong character sheet. I got to switch back over now.
Just a general note to the viewers, I am currently trying to fix the cameras. My Discord crashed, so please bear with me.
As long as you guys can hear, as Teslin said, my dulcet tones, everything is okay.
Your buttery voice.
My sweet buttery voice that you can also hear tomorrow morning on our D&D stream.
Smooth.
Well, and technically my picture's set fine. So, I mean, as long as I can see my face, we're good.
Yeah, no, I got the important one fixed. I'm just trying to get the rest of us.
Ouch.
I will not stand for this erasure.
Oof.
Okay. So I see you have the investigation. stuff pulled up here.
Yeah, so there isn't like a searching skill. You just use whatever skill to try to learn information.
Okay.
So like
Could
you know,
I do
so-
a labor check?
if you want to learn information about the cargo, that would be appropriate.
Mhm.
If you want to perhaps learn information from the corpse related to, does he look like he's a laborer? Does he have calloused hands? That kind of thing, that would be appropriate, sure. So
Yeah, I'm gonna do a labor check, and let's
so what are you
see.
trying to learn?
I'm trying to learn about like the cart and what was on it and
Okay.
whatnot. Let's see. Con, air, produce, earth, innovate, fire, exchange waters, subsist, void. What does subsist even mean?
Subsist would be like living off the land, you know, finding something to eat, you know, just off the land.
I'll just do earth.
Okay.
Labor check. All right.
Oh, I didn't give you target number. Target number, I'm going to say, is 2.
I got 3 successes and an opportunity.
Yeah, so you're able to pick 2 dice to keep. So you can pick 2 clean successes with no strife, no opportunity, or you can, yeah, there's no way to get an opportunity unless you don't get 2 successes.
So I'm going to keep the opportunity and gain a strife. And I'm going to take those 2 clean successes, and I'm going to do the earth trade opportunity, which is reduce the TN of the next check another character makes with the same skill before the end of the scene by 1.
Okay.
So whoever makes that another. Well, would it have to be a trade check, or would it have to be specifically a labor check?
It's going to have to be labor.
Okay. Well, if someone else does a labor check, TN goes down by 1.
All right. Okay, so you're basically confirming the stuff that we already know. Just to reiterate, looks like the cargo is clothing and foodstuffs. Obviously, the boar has been eating at the foodstuffs. That's been spilled all over the hillside and into the creek. You know, at least what's left, there's that vinegar-laden barrel with pickled vegetables and various other things that are going to transport well. But it's hard to, with your failing the check, you don't really have a good idea of what all was originally there because so much is missing.
I failed the check.
If you take the opportunity, you're going to fail.
Even with my 2 successes?
You can only keep 2 dice.
Oh. Scratch that. I'm so sorry. I'm still
Yeah.
getting used to this. I'm taking the 2 clean successes.
Fair. Okay. Well, then in that case, so we'll forget about helping somebody else. But since you do have the 2 successes, you are able to tell. It looks like there was a very large amount of vinegar being transported. Not really sure what's up with that. It's in addition to the pickled vegetables. There looks like there was also some barrels just of vinegar.
Kage notices this and says to those around him, he goes, "Seems there's a fair amount of vinegar being transported here."
All right.
Among other things.
Yep.
I have a commerce skill. Would that help me get any information on that?
What? Yeah. Tell me how you want to apply it.
Very analytically and logically. My imagination would be that's air. Or is that not how that works?
Yeah, no, you not only can you pick what skill you want to use, you can pick what ring you use with that skill. So is commerce actually a skill?
Yes.
It is actually a skill. So yeah, Okay. So what are you going to use your skill in commerce to analyze? The
Essentially,
cargo,
the
the
goods that it
corpse.
has. What does it make sense is to the ratio of like clothing to the goods to specifically it has all this vinegar, right? That was pointed out
Okay.
as being something that seems weird, and I'm going to try to see if I can't basically like search my brain or my experiences going through
Sure.
different
All
markets
right.
as to what that would
Target number
apply
2.
to.
Target number 2.
Did the roll happen? Hit the button.
I didn't hear it. I did not hear it. I don't see it.
1 sec, let me try to hit the button again.
You might be lagging out. Let me hit it on your character for you. Let's. Oh, here
There
we
it
go.
is.
Yep, it came through, and here
Oh.
comes the rest of them. Yep.
Go with the first one.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, let's go with the first one.
But I hit the button so much harder for the other ones.
Yeah. Okay, so I said target number 2. That first one, you're going to be able to do it even without the explosive success. You just pick what you want to keep there. You got a clean success. You can keep 3, so you got your 2 successes, an opportunity, and a strife if you want.
Can I do it without taking a strife?
You can't. You're going to have to take a strife.
But alongside one of the opportunities, I can cancel that strife, yeah?
You can use the opportunity to cancel out the 1 strife, yeah.
So my general intention would be... so that would be... 2 of those would be exploding successes?
No, there's only 1 exploding success.
So I'm not.
But if you take, if you take the clean success and strife and opportunity and strife can cancel each other out. You just got your 2 clean successes.
Bam, let's do it.
Okay. You are looking at thinking about, okay, so he's on a major trade route. You're not really sure ultimately where he's coming from or where he's going to, but he's southbound, so he's towards the Crablands. He's probably returning to the Crablands. Vinegar is not something that's got a whole lot of value. I mean, sure, there is some value, but usually, merchants want to move stuff with high value, low weight, spices, coins, stuff like that. Vinegar is an awful lot of weight for an awful low profit margin. So it seems kind of like an odd cargo to you to have along. It's like, it'd be like, almost as puzzling as he's just carrying a bunch of water. It's like, really? I mean.
Okay. So I essentially just confirm that, yeah, that is puzzling. And then basically specify why, as far as merchants and commoners are concerned with the value. This has little value.
It seems like your analysis would be it's probably been brought along for a reason other than profit, but because the profit is not much. You're pretty sure if he wanted to maximize his profits, he could have loaded his something else with all that weight in the cart besides vinegar.
And you've told that to the rest of us, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
I have a theory.
Ooh, let's hear it.
So I'm going to, having closed the spot where I found it, I'm going to motion everybody to come over. And then I'm going to kind of like pretend that it's harder to open than what it is, and then just pop the thing open real quick and say, this is a spot for transporting valuable cargo that needs to be protected, but needs to be hidden. What criminals do is they fill their trade wagon, in this case, with a bunch of useless cargo in the hopes that no one will mess with them, while they actually transport something of extreme importance. Obviously, and I'll point again to the hidden compartment, it's either very important to the crab that they would not want anyone else to know that they have it, or it is very illegal.
Or they didn't want to get caught transporting small amounts of jade.
Crabs are known
It's
for their
crab
tricks.
transit.
I wouldn't put it past a crab.
That's an interesting take.
That's the other thing that you guys know is very odd that you haven't looked into is there had to have been a horse or more likely an ox pulling the cart, and there's no sign of the ox. So if there's any ideas you have for looking into that, that might be pretty much like the only door you haven't looked through yet.
Is there a skill to search for, I guess, ox trails?
Survival. Tracking would be survival.
Why not? Let's do one of those. Unless someone else is good at survival, I have no ranks.
Well, yeah, it's tell me your ring, what your approach is for looking for tracks, and give it a shot.
Hey, you'll do better than I would.
I'm gonna do innovate fire.
Okay. So what are you innovating?
I'm looking at the cart and trying to innovate from its location. Like, if I were an ox, where would I go?
All right. I didn't give you target number. 2 is a good target number. I don't see why it shouldn't be 2. 2 is the number. And you got it even without a needing to re-roll your explosive success. But you have an explosive success, so if you want to try for an opportunity, you can try it, or you can sit on, I don't need any more strife than what I've already got there.
No, I'm good. I'll take what I can get.
All right, so go ahead and give yourself a ring roll then.
Give myself a ring roll. Oh, well, no, I'm taking the...
Oh, you don't want to re-roll. Okay.
No, I want the successes.
Okay, so 2 successes, 2 strife. Don't forget your strife, because that's fun.
Yeah, I got those.
Alrighty. So there is absolutely no sign whatsoever of ox tracks. You're looking around. You actually do find some cute people sandal tracks that you're pretty sure don't belong to you guys. No sign of the ox tracks though. And now that you're looking at it, there's actually like all of the tack and harness that would attach the ox to the pull bars. That's all just gone too.
Kage gives a slight whistle to wave everyone over, and he'll point out what he's seen. So you guys will see what he just saw as well.
All right.
I will say that you remember seeing ox tracks before you came down into the ravine, but you don't see any down here.
So maybe the ox was freed in a sense before this cart made its way down to the ravine.
Very likely.
That seems to be a plausible hypothesis. It looks to you like somehow the cart came down the hill without the ox.
Makes sense.
Yep. The other thing you have as part of your mission is now that you know, or at least you're highly confident you know what happened to the merchant. Just leaving him to rot out here in the wilds, is not going to sit well with either your boss or the merchant's relatives.
Yeah.
The tricky thing, though, is touching them is inherently unclean. So you ought to do something, but You got to decide what you want to do about this dead guy here in the ravine.
Damn it. Or some peasants when you need them.
Exactly.
I forgot. Well,
Does that rule apply if it's not skin to skin contact?
It's a spiritual contact. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now there's nothing saying that you can't do it if you have to. You know that you're going to have to get to a temple and get purified if you haul this guy out of here. And basically you're going to have like a temporary, honor hit until you get purified is the way we're going to mechanically do that. Because I'm unclean. I touched a dead body.
I'll say for Kage, it's not the first dead body he's had to haul, so Kage will offer to the rest of them. I can carry it.
be my guest.
No argument here.
Okay. The boar's patience is running out, but so long as it looks like you guys are ready to get out of here. Satomi, you were talking about wanting to find an easier way out of the ravine. I think that would be a survival skill check. You can pick the ring that you think you want to use the approach on. And
I
of
would
course,
probably use air because that's my best ring. And
all right. Well, you need a better in-game reason than that. So how is the air approach going to help you find
because I'm picking my way carefully through, just because I know that I'm clumsy and we've already come across a boar. So I'm going to be being very careful and like trying to find path of least resistance while also listening.
That would be water, but I'm not going to be overly sticky.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Alrighty. Target number 2 sounds good enough.
All right. I was also awarded an opportunity.
Okay.
Does that go in effect with any role that I choose?
Yep. You save it for when you want to use it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Might use it here to cancel out that strife.
I will be using it here to cancel out that strife.
Okay. All right. So you think back to the trip up here. You guys have been following the ravine for a while, and you go downstream, and you're pretty sure you remember a good spot. And sure enough, here one is. It's only about a 5-minute walk downstream, and you'll be able to find an easier path where it's only a target number 1 to get up.
Then it sounds to me like that's the best I'm gonna get.
Okay. So yeah, this will be fitness target number 1 to get up without hurting yourself. Shouldn't be that hard for most people, except for Naomi, because his bleeding is over. So yeah, so long as he doesn't use the water ring, he should be fine. And of course, if somebody wants to help Satomi and throw some assistance, that would also probably be useful for Satomi.
Yeah, sure. I'll lend some assistance.
Psycho, by the way.
The lion and the queen have to set a good example for the scorpion.
Kage, I'm going to say you're target number 2 because you're carrying a corpse.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you said it was fitness?
Yep.
And you let me use air the last time that I said I was going to be picking my way up as slow as possible.
No reason you can't use air. And somebody helping you, if they have the fitness skill, you get a ring die. If they don't have the skill, you get a skill die on top of what you normally get.
Isn't it opposite of that? That if they have the skill, you get a skill? If they don't, you get a ring?
No, because the ring die is a better die than a skill die.
Okay.
Wouldn't mind the boost. And if somebody wants to help Kage sounds like he could use a boost.
Kage is handling the body, right?
Yep.
And you said fitness?
Yep.
Hmm.
I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna use air to like kind of see if I can divine the best route for them to take up there.
All right.
Oof. Well, I tried.
Yeah. Well, it failing this test isn't going to mean you don't get up there.
Well,
this
this is an assist one.
Well, you don't roll anything to assist. You just say.
I'll fail that roll, but then I'll still help air and fitness. I mean, like, it doesn't really matter. Yep. And I do have a skill. I do have a rank in the skill.
Okay.
So does that mean I get a +1 skill to my fitness roll?
You get +1 ring die.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to say no to that.
Yep.
Faint, withstand, overwhelm, shift, sacrifice. I'm gonna just do withstand. I'm carrying a body. I'm just taking the brunt of it.
You're going uphill with a heavy load. Just withstand the exertion. That sounds earthy to me. And you get yourself right on up there.
All right. And then looks like I get 2 strife, and I will take those.
You can just keep I said target number 2 for you. So, yeah. You can keep the second 2 dice, so you only get 1 strife.
Yeah, I'm going to get 1 strife. All right, cool.
Okay. Akane, we'll say that was your roll. Yeah. You're gonna fail with that. That's going to come. You're going to get up, but you're going to get scuffed and scraped, and I'm going to say 2 fatigue.
All right, fair enough. Ouch.
So you can either take those 2 opportunities and 2 strife, or you can just say take nothing and just take your fatigue damage.
Yeah, I'll take nothing because I was just going to use those opportunities to take my strife down anyway. So.
Alrighty, Satomi.
All right, and I got help from somebody, right?
Yeah, I helped you out. I gave you a ring die.
You got to re-roll 2 successes though, because you're clumsy.
I was hoping that would only be like once per scene.
But you're still going to be successful. You're just going to potentially take a strife.
I will actually keep the opportunity to get rid of that strife.
There you go. Yep. All right, Doji Nai, do you get any boo-boos climbing up out of the ravine?
I will attempt to do so gracefully, like a leaf on the wind. Just hold the spear.
I was about to say, man, don't say that.
Alright, this time I only clicked the button once. Let's
okay.
wait for it to respond.
It did come through. You only need 1 success. And you got 1 in there. You can keep the bonus success for no gain to take a strife. So that's probably not recommended.
No strife for me, please. Okay.
All right, so you guys have emerged out of the ravine. You're back up on the mountain road. A little bit of ways away from your horses, but no big deal. No fitness test necessary to walk along the road to get back to your horses. You do know that you've gained a lot of information. You have the remains of the merchant, and you're about a 4-hour ride back to town where you came from. It took you 4 hours to get here. You left at breakfast time. Basically, you've had lunch. If you guys head back, you'll have plenty of time before nightfall to get out of the mountains. But of course, you also have a few hours here. and still have time to get back while the sun is still up. If you want to do any more investigating, because you certainly know it looks like there's some outside factors in play here.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do? Actually, we're going to say Naomi heads back because he's injured. So he's gonna take it nice and easy on the horse, and
Deliver news about the fallen
deliver
crab.
news of what you found, and that way you guys don't. You guys can keep investigating if you like, or you can head back and give the information you have and look and see what your boss wants you to do about it.
If Naomi is heading back ahead of us, could I throw the body on his horse to bring it back?
I don't see why not.
Okay, just so
Yeah.
I don't have to haul it around all the time.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy about it, but you guys are partners.
Oh well.
We all know that horses have infinite cargo.
Yes.
Well, putting one body over the back behind the saddle, that's not a big deal. He's going to be riding super slow and easy anyway because of his injuries, and he doesn't want the bleeding to pop open again. So,
Yeah.
So we got about 15 minutes in the stream. Let's strategize. What is your guys' next actions going to be?
Shall we look over the scene once more with our vantage points, see if we see anything in the distance that catches our eye?
You're not going to learn anything more than you already did about the cart and whatnot. You guys did look the last time we played. You looked like you identified where some ambushers might have been up in the rocks above where the washout happened.
I believe you mentioned a tree, didn't you?
A rocky outcropping. Yeah, that
Okay,
was
I
like a good
misunderstood.
little lookout point for somebody could have been hidden and would have had an excellent vantage of the cart from as much as a half a mile away. You know, they'd have been watching them coming from there.
Other than checking out the rocky outcropping, so we deliver news to the Lord. What occurred?
That's what Naomi's going to be doing.
Which is what Naomi's
doing.
doing. On our end, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Because you're pretty sure first thing she's going to ask is, okay, well, if it looked like there was bandits, what happened to the bandits?
Yeah. So rocky outcropping, gents.
Let's do
Sounds
it.
good to me.
Okay. Nobody there now. That's for sure. You would have to climb up there, but you guys can see that where the water rushed down, that would be a much easier way to climb up. It's just a kind of a roundabout way to get up there. And question I'm going to ask is, do you want to leave the horses down here or do you want to ride up there? Because it looks like right from where the washout is, you probably could ride the horses up. But then once you get over the ledge, it's kind of like a false peak if you know what that is up in the mountains. You can't really see what's beyond the ledge very well. And you don't know how long you're going to be able to keep riding the horses. And if you were to lose the horses, it's going to be a lot longer walk back home than 4 hours.
That's a good point.
Is there anything that we could potentially hitch the horses to around here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's
Play
hit
it safe. Leave the horses here. Hitch them up.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
to
I
me.
think hoofing it on foot is probably going to be better.
Yeah, alternately, you could have Naomi stick around and watch the horses.
That's a better option.
That way, we can, when we do return to our Lord, we have more information.
Okay.
So, quick question. I touched the body. I'm unclean. So, if somebody touches me, does that make them unclean too? Or is it just
No.
the body?
It's just you.
Just the body.
All right. I guess, yeah, we'll go up there then.
Okay, so without the horses, you're not going to need to make any checks. You're on your feet. You'll be steady and easy enough to get up there. And you're absolutely seeing signs. There's a kind of like a rough-made stool, not a manufactured stool, but something like somebody put together out of the natural materials available. You made a survivalist's kind of a piece of furniture. There's a stool here where somebody could sit for long periods of time and watch the road. They particularly have a good view of the southbound traffic, not so much northbound traffic. You can see that now that you're up here, there is a small kind of a mini pass that meanders up higher into the mountain that you can see plainly enough. There are muddy footprints every now and again leading up and down this path.
Yeah, just going to keep the cautious approach.
Now, you do know that if the easy way would be following that muddy path, but it would also be really easy for a lookout to see anybody coming up this path as well.
Is there a skill I can make to discern how recent these footprints are?
Survival.
All right. I'm going to do that.
And then pick your approach.
I'm going to do the same survival trade skill here. I want to do exchange. I'm going to be looking at my own footprints and theirs at the same time. So mine are like the freshest footprints while theirs are
okay.
not.
You got something to compare against? I'll buy it.
Let's do it.
Target number 2. So you have an explosive. If you re-roll that and add, you might potentially get your 2 successes.
Okay. So roll 1 more ring.
Yep. So that's going to not quite work out, but you can get an opportunity out of that if you like. Or you can just take the null result and get no strife.
Well, let me see my current strife. I'm at 3 out of 8.
Okay.
And I just used water survival. Let me just briefly meander what I could do with opportunity with water. Convince the seller to give me an additional 10% discount. No, I'm just gonna.
A general thing you can do with water. I don't have it on. It's on the other. But you can cancel 2 strife for 1 opportunity. So
yeah, I'll do that.
So you can gain 1 and then lose 2. So that might be a thing to do.
I'm gonna do that and then just take away a strife on my sheet here.
Okay. Unfortunately, with your 1 success, you're not able to really get a definitive opinion. It's other than the obvious. You can see that there are multiple footprints.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys just see Kage inspecting the footprints, but
yep,
he stands back up and doesn't say anything else.
There's enough moisture, and there's enough moisture in the mud that it looks like it holds footprints pretty good. That's basically what you can tell. Or should we leave this as a thinking point to give it till next time to think about a plan of attack?
We could do a thinking point and then have Naomi with us.
Okay. All right. Well, we got we're coming up on not a whole lot of time left in the in the stream, so maybe we can wrap it up. That's probably a good point. We don't really have a whole lot of time to start something new anyway, so we'll leave things off with you guys. You've climbed up a washout gotten to where there's clearly a lookout for some nefarious purpose. Certainly, this is not an official military outpost. You're in territory that's unclaimed and uncontrolled between two of the great clans. So all the signs are looking at bandit activity, and there's clearly more than one, judging by the footprints you're seeing, and you got a good idea that there's bandit traffic going higher up still into the mountains from where you're at. So we'll think about what you guys want to do.
All right.
Yeah, I want to thank our audience for watching with us. I know at least one person was rooting for a TPK. I don't know if he's here in the chat with us. So I think that was pretty clever of how we resolved the incident with the boar.
Yay, spells.
Yeah, no further damage. And you were even saying you got no spells that are going to help in this situation. So turned out to be your spell that resolved the situation. Want to remind our viewers, we got D&D episodical tomorrow morning. And thanks for watching. Why don't does anybody have extra parting thoughts?
I would like to apologize for the stream issues. My computer's a little bit of a potato. So at the moment, I've been able to get everyone's smiling, wonderful faces on there,
Awesome.
aside from my own. So you guys are saved from that misery.
Yep. So next Friday, we're going to be doing a kind of a Q&A. We're going to talk Legend of Five Rings setting, talk the rules. We're not able to get our full cast here every week, so the live play is on a bi-weekly basis. So next Friday, we'll talk about what happened, talk about the mechanics, talk about the hobby. We'll have some fun. So let me check our Twitch chat, see if there's any last minute thoughts here for us.
Huzzah! I return.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, thanks Rem Alternus for giving us the platform we get to play on. Give them a follow on Twitch. I think our videos are going to end up on YouTube sooner or later. Thanks to Danny for giving us our composition. We got original music here for the lead in and the credits. So,
and if I may, just before the credits, sir, I believe Rem Alternus tweeted not too long ago that they are very, very close to their 5,000 follower mark, and they promised some extra special things once that gets hit.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's get the followers. If you're on the wall, now's a good time. Alrighty. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, everybody.